Maria Sharapova seems to have barely raised a sweat at this year's Open. So far, the fourth seed's lost just 2 games for the tournament. Her second round victim was American Jamie Hampton. 5-time champion Serena Williams was just as ruthless, racing through the first set against her 49th ranked opponent. Even though Williams has barely been able to train due to a badly sprained ankle, it didn't show today. She scored another first set bagel. The second was a little closer. Her camp had a fright when she was wrong-footed, but it was a false alarm. Williams powering to her 500th career victory. The one-sided women's matches continued over at Hisense. Anna Ivanovic lost just 1 point on her serve in the first set, and that was due to a double fault. The former world number 1 showing the type of form which saw her reach the Australian Open final 4 years ago. But the seeds didn't have it all their own way. Petra Kvitova appeared to be coasting after closing out the first set 6-2. However, her opponent, Carla Suarez Navarro, wasn't following the script, forcing the Wimbledon champion to a decider. Kvitova only just hanging on to win 6-4 in the third.
6-2.
Wildcard James Duckworth got off to a dream start against the 9th seed. With the home crowd behind him, the Australian shot to a 3-love lead and had Janko Tipsarevic on the ropes when he closed out the first set 6-3. With experience on his side, the Serb levelled at 1 set all, but Plucky Ducky, as he's now been nicknamed, wasn't slowing down. In his first Grand Slam, Duckworth pushed Tipsarevic all the way, the Serb eventually closing out the match in 4. David Ferrer was also forced to work harder than expected, the 5th seed needing 5 sets to close out the match against American Ryan Sweeney. It was an easier day for Novak Djokovic. The world number 1 only lost 2 games in his first round match and was in another menacing mood. Djokovic barely shifted out of first gear against Santiago Geraldo, the biggest cheers reserved for when the defending champion changed his shirt. Australia's second-ranked player Matthew Ebden started as underdog against Kai Nishikori, but dominated early proceedings on Margaret Court Arena. He led 2 sets to love when Nishikori called the trainer. The injury timeout triggered a comeback for Japan's 24th seed, who forced the match to a 5th. It was new territory for Ebden, who had nothing left to give, Nishikori advancing to equal his best result at Melbourne Park. And new coach Ivan Lendl was able to relax during Andy Murray's second round match. The 4th seed enjoyed a drama-free victory. Murray will now meet Michael Lodger in the third round.
6-1, 6-4.